control. So the options are there. Obviously, if you're playing move versus total racket control or move versus move, the game goes into split screen versus in the total racket control versus total racket control. There is no split screen because it's not necessary. Obviously, when you're using gesture controls, you need that third person camera behind the character perspective to really time your swings.
Okay, we have 3 minutes, so I'm going to pick some really fancy questions to finish. So you've talked about Pro AI. What's the different physics for different types of courts for the ball? I just did not say that right.
That's okay.
What ball physics? Talk to me.
So the ball physics, just like in real life. So what we did was we've done our homework. Obviously, the clay surface is not only affecting the ball but also the actual players themselves. So you'll see a lot more sliding as you really start to push your opponent from side to side, just like you would see at Roland Garros. You see a lot more foot sliding into your shots. Obviously, your timing as you get stretched further and further becomes that much more critical. It's the number one reason Rafael Nadal is so dominant in the real world and in the game at Roland Garros is because of his foot speed. When it comes to the ball physics, it performs in the product just like it would in real life. So on a clay surface, the ball bounces. It's slower versus on grass. Grass is the fastest surface to play on. So you got grass, then you've got right in the middle, sort of a medium speed is where we get into the hard court, whether it's the Australian Open or at the U.S. Open itself. So I hope that answers your question.
Sound like a real tennis expert after working on a product for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Do you actually play tennis?
I play a little bit of tennis.
Okay.
My dad beats me up. I go down to Mexico for vacations and get beat up by my father for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last question. How did you so authentically reproduce the physics and animations of real tennis in the game? And that's from Jorge at Atomics. So someone's given me a name that I can call up. Thank you, Jorge.
Great question, Jorge. We worked with semi-pro athletes in our motion capture studio. Much like if you've ever watched Novak Djokovic prior to a match or during a match, mimic almost every single player on the tour's play style, serve, subtle interactions or subtleties prior to each serve, i.e. Rafael Nadal's infamous butt pick. We call it the wedgie in the game.
Thank goodness that's in the game. I mean,
yeah,
I wouldn't buy it otherwise.
It wouldn't be authentic if it didn't happen.
Not the butt
right?
pick, it's just why.
So we got these athletes into our motion capture studio here in EA Canada and actually had them perform.
Someone butt picked?
We had live butt picking in the motion capture studio, and it wasn't an HR violation. So it was a pretty awesome day for the team.
Okay. So any final words on Grand Slam Tennis 2 before we wrap up?
No, I'm really excited about this franchise coming to the consoles, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360. We're coming out in 2012. We're still trying to figure out the date. There's 4 awesome venues that we can launch around. We're just trying to figure out which one is the perfect spot to be in. It's a game changer in the tennis category for sure with total racket control. The move integration is awesome. It feels great if that's what it's all about for you in gesture control. And it looks and plays amazing with the presentation in our Pro AI system. So make sure you go out and get it.
Or Adrian will send it to you because you are press. So lucky you guys will probably get a sneak peek at it when we're ready. So thank you to Thomas Singleton, producer and elite athlete, of course.
Of course.
So thank you for that.
Awesome.
Grand Slam Tennis. So SSX is coming up next. We're going to take a 5-minute break, or maybe 3 minutes if we're fast, and start getting your questions for SSX ready for us. And cue logo. Thank you.